Genshin Impact's version 5.2 update is expected to release on November 2024. Players are eagerly seeking new information about the upcoming banners to plan their resource management and decide whether to save or spend their primogems on specific characters. The most talked about topic right now is the version 5.2 banners, with earlier information indicating that this patch won't feature any new Archon quests. Some players were initially unsure about it.
However, the featured character banners in this patch are quite strong, and it's likely that most players will pull on these banners for one reason or another.
New information reveals that, contrary to earlier expectations, Wanderer, Albedo, Venti, and Klee will not be featured. Wanderer's return was unlikely because Chasca's kit is similar to his, but better. It's doubtful that a company like Hoyoverse would release two characters with similar kits side by side, as it would invite comparisons and risk one character overshadowing the other. As for Albedo, many expected him in version 5.2 due to the long-awaited Dragonspine event. However, new information reveals that the next version will feature the return of neuvillete, zhongli, and lyney, alongside Chasca.
Zhongli's return makes perfect sense, as we are rerunning all the Archons one after the other. After Raiden in patch 5.0 and Nahida, who will appear in the second half of version 5.1, it's now Zhongli's turn. We also know for certain that Mavuika will run in version 5.3, leaving Furina and Venti likely for version 5.4.
There is still no information regarding Ryothisli, Albedo, Shenhe, or Ganyu. It also seems unlikely that they will be featured in patch 5.3, which will focus on Natlan with the Archon quest returning.
In case you haven't heard, version 5.2 won't introduce any new Archon quests.
Version 5.4 will focus on the Lantern Rite event, so it would make sense for Shenhe and Ganyu to have their reruns during this time. It has been over 500 days since these characters last had a rerun. Version 5.2 will mark the debut of Chasca, a 5-star bow wielder with the ability to fly. We also have Oron, a 4-star electro bow user, with some fans in China pushing the company to make him a 5-star. The other 4 stars expected to run are Fischl and Heizou. This will be Fischl's first rerun since patch 4.1, and she's considered one of the top 5 4-star characters. It's also interesting to note that despite Ryothisli's debut in version 4.1, he still hasn't had a rerun, while this will be Neuvillette's second rerun. This has led to speculation that Ryothisli may be featured in a future Chronicle Wish event, which people doubt will happen because of how popular he still is. But if he is not introduced in 5.2, then he will not be introduced in version 5.3, most likely because of how version 5.3 is totally focused on Natlan. Also, this period of time will be a great opportunity to introduce triple banners. Overall, patch 5.2 is shaping up to be very promising.